waiter is Iman. Please tell us her objective.
Maram works in the project vocal variety. So her objectives to explore the use of voice, volume, pitch, rate. Okay, time from 3 to 5 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Iman. Maram, good luck. Hello, everyone. There are three constants in life: change, choices, and principles, said Stephen R. Covey in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Stephen says that each one of us takes his own decisions according to how he views the world. Some of us think that they're the center of the world. Thus, they take their decisions according to their own desires, disregarding anything else or anybody else. Those people are called self-centered. Others, for example, are work-centered, and those people take their decisions according to what will make their position better at their work. There are many and many other centers, but very few of us are principle-centered. Principle-centered people are people who take their decisions only according to their own principles. They're stronger than their moods, than their desires, and they're free from everyone's opinions. They only behave in the way they believe is the right one, which is based on basic human principles which none of us could negate, as honesty, integrity, humility, courage, and fairness. The movie 12 Angry Men, if anyone knows it, talks about a first-degree murder of an 18-year-old guy accused of killing his own father. This case was given to 12 ordinary men who do not know each other and do not know the accused guy, to decide whether he is guilty or not. If they say he is guilty, he will be sent to the electric chair, and if not, he will be set free. The 12 men gather in a room called the jury room, and they establish their talk by voting whether he is guilty or not. When some of them saw that a lot of people are raising their hands, they started following them as well, without a minute of thinking or talking. Thereupon, all of them raised their hands except one of them. While watching this movie, the first thing that came to my mind is that this person is principle-centered. He has a vision of the person he wants to be, and he is well aware of his own importance and how it could make a difference. The first characteristic that appealed me in this person is his courage. He had the courage to take the initiative because he was well aware of the responsibility given to him and of the great consequences that would result if the wrong judgment was given. Also, he had the courage to stand alone, state his opinion, and not to be a mere follower, but a person who could make a difference. In addition, he had the courage to be disliked, ridiculed, and belittled. He used his right as one of them to talk about the case and to unleash more details to make it easier for them all to make the right judgment which the accused person deserves. The second thing I admire about this person is his empathy. Unlike everyone else who surrendered to the facts given to them. I didn't exert any effort to think or understand the person. He tried to put himself in this guy's shoes. By understanding the hardships he went through as a kid, whose mother died at the age of 9, when he was 9 years old only, and was constantly physically abused by his father. He dedicated his time to do his best and to reveal as much details as possible reveal as much details as possible to reach the truth. I also loved his wisdom, which was represented in his openness and his persistence. When other people tried to make fun of him or to try to seduce him to change his mind, he ignored them completely. And at the same time, he didn't belittle them or kept arguing with them, but rather he tried to involve them in the way of thinking by presenting the evidences given before and thinking about them logically. He also didn't let his personal experiences or his opinions to affect his judgment, like many of the others. Many of them took this case very personally. One of them actually wanted to send this guy to death because his son abandoned him, and he wanted to take revenge in this way. This person who was complicated and wanted to send him to death kept arguing without any logic until the last minute. But by this man's wisdom and persistence, they started to become convinced, and they started reconsidering all the evidences until they all agreed. In a nutshell, if we all abided by our principles and didn't let anything affect them, we would be way prouder and our lives would be more meaningful. By having the courage to stand against the injustice, and by having the empathy and kindness to understand people deeply, and by having the persistence to do our best and take the responsibility given to us seriously, would be more real, more significant, and we could change other people's lives. Thank you.